America's racist sheriff, Joe Arpaio, is now sending armed posses to Arizona schools. Now, back in November, you may remember, we talked about Sheriff Joe Arpaio arming deputies with automatic weapons to stop so-called illegal aliens, quote, attempting to escape his county. Now, the Maricopa County Sheriff is going to be sending armed posses to patrol around Arizona schools, and this is in response to the Sandy Hook shooting about a month ago. Arizona's 3TV is reporting that the volunteer force is comprised of around 3,000 members, some of which have criminal pasts. That sounds great, Louis. According to CBS 5, Arpaio's office has provided a list of more than 50 schools in the unincorporated Maricopa County that will be patrolled by these posses, which are in charge of providing all of their own weapons and all of their own equipment. The volunteers will not actually be on school campuses, but will be monitoring the areas around the facilities. Now, my question is, the right wing keeps saying, it doesn't matter if you take away guns because hammers and knives are just as dangerous as guns because it's the people that are dangerous. So why aren't these posses armed with hammers and knives, right?
I think it comes down to preference, David. They probably just prefer automatic weapons.
They prefer the weapons,
yeah.
Even though they're not lethal. It's the knives that are really the dangerous thing.
Right.
Criminals with guns they obtain on their own, patrolling schools in a setting tangentially overseen by one of the most outrageous sheriffs in the country. This is going to work well, isn't it, Natan?
Yeah, the whole argument here makes absolutely no sense to me regarding hammers and any other type of weapon. So I'll just address that. I mean, basically, what we're talking about here isn't reducing the gun deaths to zero. No. If that were the objective, then the only solution would be to ban all guns permanently and confiscate all guns currently in circulation. And that's not going to happen. What we're talking about is reducing the amount of damage, the amount of deaths, and there's no question that that would happen.
Would you feel safer if your kid was going to a school being patrolled, the area being patrolled by this posse, some of whom have criminal records with
by
guns,
a bunch of ex-con delinquents,
with
gun nuts,
with guns
no.
they got on their own?
No.
You famously said if you accidentally had a kid, you would probably love the kid. Assuming you did, and assuming that kid went to school, would you feel safer with this?
I'd pull my kid out of the schools that were assigned these people.
Really, you'd go that far?
I would, yeah. I mean, how long before they start shooting each other? One of these volunteers shows up whose skin is a little bit on the darker side.
One of the white volunteers thinks that it's a shooter?
I'm just going to go out on a limb here and say that the vast majority of these volunteers aren't going to like that.
I'm sure.
Might assume that this person is some type of terrorist or illegal alien who's there to kill children. They start shooting each other. Stray bullets start going into the schools. Who knows?
You don't like it. You'd pull your kid out.
It's completely ridiculous. Joe Arpaio is a giant piece of crap.
Wow. Yeah. Louis, doubling down on double down.
Doubling down.